Okay, raid is coming. Something happened. The raid didn't work.
Ooh, it worked for me.
Oh, it just says refused to connect. Okay, wait. I think I just need the other tracker.
Okay, we're live.
Hi everybody. So we're back up. There is some issue with ZSR1 and ZSR2 sharing some resources during the long 100% relay that is rather resource intensive. ZSR3 does not have this problem, so we should be good to go for the rest of the night. Again, my apologies that this happened, but we should be okay now.
Okay, so while you were gone, we did find Cane of Samaria in Meyer's shed, which is why Dracarys is now in Turtle Rock. That is about all that you missed. So as we get back underway here, yep, still West Jixie on comm, still Nornado on tracking, still Ridley Dragon, furiously running on the hamster wheel for restreaming. I do not envy you at all, Ridley. I would have been having a heart attack by now, but we got it fixed. We're good. So let's keep on keeping on. As I choked to death on air.
We did have some checks, more specifically the boot checks on ScrubCasuals. We've checked Bong Rocks, Graveyard Ledge, and King's Tomb. Found nothing of value there. But those checks have been made. We did find that Cane of Samaria in Meyer's shed, as Wes has pointed out. Nothing was in Checkerboard Cave. So now we're all caught up, I think.
Yep. And the reset here, honestly, the thing that's still looming large over this seed is the Flippers big key chest in Eastern. Scrub checked it, Dracarys has not, and that's coloring the rest of this race so far. Because we just keep finding things that lead Dracarys further and further away from going back to Eastern area at all. Like not even going to Pendant Palace of Darkness has even crossed Dracarys' mind yet. And the longer that remains to be true, the more of an advantage ScrubCasual is going to open up in this race. Because ScrubCasual, of course, has finished 4 crystals to, well, Dracarys is technically 4. It's just that ScrubCasual has not gone to Skull Woods yet. My brain just left my skull for a second there. Sorry about that. But ScrubCasual is in Skull Woods now, so he's about to go up 5 crystals to 4. And by the way, I just realized with that Cane of Samaria, is that go mode minus the lamp? Am I insane?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Whatever the Meyer medallion is. Yeah, that's also a good call. I thought I saw Ether, but so many other things were going on. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Dracarys didn't immediately go into Ether go into Quake. Go into Meyer with that Cane of Samaria. So yeah, it must be Quake that we're looking for still. And yeah, he has Quake marked as the Meyer medallion entry. So. Norinato, ScrubCasual does have Cane of Samaria. My Discord's being dumb, or I would have just typed that. I apologize for the comms call out. Better copy of your sword for your time. ScrubCasual's like, thanks, but no thanks. Thank you for the kind words, Doomkiller. We appreciate it, by the way. Meanwhile, lampless dark platform maze in Turtle Rock for Dracarys. Sorry, my tongue has suddenly decided to tie in my mouth. Oh, Quake. Okay. We just found Quake in Turtle Rock, by the way.
That's interesting. Just T-Rock is always like my last place that I would check. I think I probably would have gone to Pod first.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Drac is a really good runner and I'm not, so I mean it makes sense.
Yeah. And for me personally, in like open mode and standard mode races, I always leave Turtle Rock for last, simply because if it's a pendant, you don't really want to be in here at all. But if it's a crystal, you want to try and save it for last, because you can do it while you're climbing up the tower or climbing up Death Mountain to get to Gan's tower.
Yeah, definitely. Another interesting point here. And I just lost my train of thought. Never mind.
Yep. All right. So ScrubCasual has received his hook shot. Gonna also receive his ether medallion.
I remember what I was gonna say now. Even though Drag is really ahead because of that Galaxy Brain play, the Turtle Rock, still without those flippers, he's not heading Ganon's tower anytime soon.
No.
He's definitely gonna dip Pod before he goes back to Eastern.
Yeah. So the question now becomes, how long does it take? Is ScrubCasual doing what I think he's going to do?
He's definitely going to check Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah. I was about to say, how long is it going to take ScrubCasual to go into Turtle Rock here? And then he started going towards Dark Death Mountain, and I was like, oh my.
I mean, I guess if you're going to take that dip and you're up here and you have the medallion, and now is as good a time as any. But again, it's easier to make that call when we already know what's in there.
Yep. The blessing / curse of being in the commentary booth. And a good enough summary as anything by Incoherent in chat for those just coming in. Dracarys has skipped the map chest in Eastern Palace, which contains our flippers, but it's otherwise had a pretty decently run race execution-wise. Whereas ScrubCasual has had those flippers and has had a few minor slip-ups, but he's not having himself that bad of a race either. He is opening the Turtle Rock head, which I mean, honestly you would do regardless. Might as well while you're up here.
Does Drac think he's in go mode? Because he's taken this Godmire and running with it.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, it's good for him because Meyer can't possibly have the flippers because we know where they are. However, that is a big old gamble for him.
Could just be gambling on an item of Vitrius, as Incoherent points out. Because Meyer has only 2 items in it, and it is kind of a annoying dungeon to traverse. So he could just be going straight to Vitreous and hoping one of the items is there, and oh hey, I have a crystal now anyway. And then he can go back in and nope out as soon as he finds the other item, as opposed to having to clear the entire dungeon.
True.
All right, that's a save and quit from Scrub, so he is not going to dip into Turtle Rock just yet.
Makes for a closer race.
Indeed it does. All right, flute out. Flute to 3. Trying to figure out really what he could be doing here. Not sure what he has access to that would require that particular Kakariko portal. Bumper cave check? That's the lamp! Oh boy.
Wow.
The missing item for Go mode is the Quake medallion for ScrubCasual. It is the flippers for Dracarys. So yeah, the Quake medallion is in Turtle Rock. The flippers are in Eastern Palace. And honestly, it's probably going to be a last location for both of our runners, because Eastern has already been cleared by both runners, obviously, and Turtle Rock is a pendant. So this is going to boil down to who goes to their really bad feeling check first. ScrubCasual gonna dip into swamp here, and by dip I mean full clear.
There's Berna.
Interesting. And there's the compass for Dracarys. Meanwhile, ScrubCasual entering swamp. I was about ready to call out what the item was on the chest there, and I remembered this isn't Key Sanity. Alright, so as we knew, nothing of immediate importance in Misery Mire, just the Cane of Berna and a full heart container. Could have theoretically been Silver's, but alas, it was not to be. Alright, Dracarys gonna even up the crystal count here by taking on Land Mollusk.
I feel like he's more likely to go to Pod after this, before Ice Palace, and then hopefully we'll mirror and get that last item.
Yeah. Indeed. Meanwhile, ScrubCasual, by virtue of not having that Quake medallion, is not go-moding the swamp, which, not a good feeling. Really about the only thing we could find here is silvers or powders leading to silver. Quake Medallion is somewhere in Turtle Rock. We on comms missed the exact location because we were busy preparing for the channel changeover due to technical issues. But chat helped us out by pointing it was in TR. Crystal roller chest in Turtle Rock.
I mean, I believe the only item locations we have left is Spike Cave and Catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else has been checked by either runner, not necessarily both. Yes, definitely a big thanks to Incoherent and the chat for kind of helping us out when we had the technical difficulties.
All right, looks like Dracarys is gonna do that the bumper cave check as well.
No better time than the present.
Indeed.
And that's going to let him know that he could be in Logic now.
Hooray!
Not getting it. You rebel.
Oh,
There's
and Silver's left side swamp.
Well, we know Drac is definitely not going to get silvers because he's going to be in go mode as soon as he gets those flippers.
Yep. And honestly, at this point, with what Dracarys has done, he doesn't really need that lamp. I mean, yeah, that tells him, hey, I could have been back in Logic, but what does Dracarys have left to do? He has Palace of Darkness, and he has going back into Eastern for the flippers. And those dark rooms really aren't all that bad.
I prefer the lamp for Ganon versus the dark rooms. Like, the dark rooms don't really bother me, but just Fire Rod on Ganon, especially if I'm not going to have silvers, makes me super nervous.
Mm-hmm. Fair point.
And I apologize to chat. I didn't realize how loud my Keurig was until I was brewing a cup of coffee sitting here next to my microphone.
There's
right. Powder.
Be able to powder a fairy is back up, which, although, I mean, Scrub still only has one bottle, though, so... Oh, did Randomizer finally get a Kern jump from Dracarys here?
This is interesting. Doesn't really need to do this.
Nope. Does it anyway, though, because swag.
Might do it for the swag. Might get a catfish check here, though.
Yep.
I was brewing coffee.
I mean, to be fair,
I have
it is currently 1:24 in the morning for Jinxie, so...
It is indeed.
All right. Oh, trying to get the silver shot off. There we go.
Yeah,
The
Doomkiller,
that's
gross.
Oof. ZSR gross.
There's definitely a lot of people that would it's 1:25 in the morning here, Doomkiller, but there are definitely a lot of people that would help you get started in the randomizer, so definitely feel free up. You can PM me. I can help out with what I can, get you in some groups, and we'll teach you how to do it.
All right, so Dracarys is about to receive his life lesson from the King of Scams here. Also going to receive that half magic from the ledge. Or at least I would assume he's going to take the time to grab that. Oh, Scrub. Oh no, he's doing Ice Palace.
He's done it. Ew, why Ice Palace? Pod is so much nicer.
Oh, good call from our tracker. Dracarys couldn't go get the couldn't logically go get the half magic because he doesn't have the flippers. That might be about to change here, though. He is heading into Palace of Darkness. So he's going to get the bad news that Palace of Darkness is going to have Jack and Squat. And Jack just left town. And then hopefully he goes, oh, hey, there is an item still in the big key chest here. Hopefully.
So this is very interesting. Both runners have like an item that they desperately need in really gross locations.
Yep. And again, Incoherent pointed out earlier, yeah, that they're both one item away, but it might take them upwards of 20 minutes to get to that check.
Yeah, because I definitely see Scrub going to Pod before Turtle Rock.
And this might be the beginning of a kind of a polarity shift here, whereas Scrub's been kind of in the well. Hold on, let's let Scrub get this bomb jump in first. There we go. Before I continually jinx him by trying to extol his virtues as he runs off the ledge 3 times in a row. Scrub's been having himself a pretty decent race here. And been in control unknowingly for most of this race, but that's going to change if the moment Dracarys goes into Eastern after he finishes up Palace of Darkness here. Dracarys could technically go to Spike Cave. He also does not have the Smith chain marked as complete on his tracker. And that is indeed the other male upgrade in Palace of Darkness. It's not just me. There's a reason why the commentator's curse is a known quantity. There's a reason why Speed Gaming has a literal commentator's curse emote. It ain't just me, trust me. Incoherent got my back with that, thank you. At least we here at ZSR and to an extent Go Mode feel bad when we curse commentators or curse people that directly. Trying for the sword beam there, got it. Gonna have to reset the room though because those guys were all up in his business and would have continued to be so if he had tried to jump back across. Yeah, this is kind of those times where you're just kind of searching for things to talk about because we know that there's nothing in either of these locations because we know the location of the other sword, we know the location of the silvers, we know the location of the other blue mail. About the only real thing that we could be like, oh hey, that's nifty, is the ice rod.
Actually, I think Scrub needs to pull the ice rod here in Ice Palace. That's gonna kind of give him the motivation to head to Turtle Rock, although Pod is also the green pendant, so that makes it a little more interesting.
Yeah. So Doomkiller, Gomo Podcast will still continue to do things, but the rest of the Challenge Cup should be on ZSR.
There's the ice rod.
That ice rod. And there's the mirror out of ice. And I wonder if that's going to send him flying for Turtle Rock. Flute out. If he flutes to 1, he could be onto something, by Jove. That's a flute to 1.
This is interesting.
And this just got, as you just said, interesting. What's not interesting, what's in fact kind of ZSR gross, is getting triple deadrocked.
Yeah, but see, Drac could easily mirror here and get his flippers. However, he is behind a Go Mode Swamp Palace, whereas ScrubCasual is behind a Godmire. So, I mean, it's gonna... Oh my.
Yeah.
If Drac mirrors and goes straight to Eastern, this is gonna come down to like seconds. And I think the thing that's gonna shoot Drac in the foot is Scrub having
Crystal
those silvers.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're fine.
All right.
Oh,
Scrub
no.
misses the hook shot trick. The other thing to make note of here is silvers, as the tracker just pointed out, were in left side of swamp. Scrub picked them up by virtue of not having that Quake medallion yet, so he was searching for that. Dracarys most likely is not.
And also of note, Scrub has the lamp as well as half magic, so he's not going to have to worry about those torches like Drac is going to have to. And Drac left that lamp, so he's going to have to be really careful with his shots doing the silverless cannon.
Dracarys does have a bottle advantage, though. So
well, it kind of evens out with half magic. And they definitely have enough health. The only difference is Drac has the blue mail, but again, there could be a mail upgrade in GT.
There is not, because the other mail upgrade was on Lumberjack.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So there's a lot of factors that could still determine this race. So as bleak as it was looking earlier, it's going to come down to the wire, and this is going to be a real barn burner of late night action here on ZSR 3. So there's that green pendant for Dracarys. We gotta assume he's gonna mirror here and get that last item in Eastern. And indeed, mirror equipped, mirror used, down pressed. Oh no, Dracarys, please tell me. Please tell me your brain is currently going, oh wait, I need to go back to the Eastern. No, he's pulled out the flute. That's a problem. That is a big problem. That's 100 rupees from Sarasula. Oh no.
It's actually not that big of a problem. He already knows that those flippers aren't going to be in Ice Palace. So he's not going to go there. He has Spike Cave left and
Smith's Chain.
Yeah. So I mean he's going to know that the item is in Eastern Palace. Will it be enough time for him to catch up to Scrub? I don't know.
Considering ScrubCasual is about to, I would assume, steal this key.
Well, he's not in go mode yet.
Oh wait, that's a valid point.
And this is just a pendant.
Yep, and also he doesn't have the big key yet, so he kind of really shouldn't be stealing that key. Yeah, big key acquired. Jeremiah acquired for Dracarys.
The thing is, if Drac would have mirrored there and gotten his flippers, he might have been able to make up that time where Scrub is going to have the silvers and he's not. But I think this is just, I don't know if he's going to have that time. It might come down to GT routing, but Yeah, this is going to be really bad for Dracarys.
Yep. All right. Gonna receive the bombs here from the Dwarven bombsmiths. And ScrubCasual inching ever closer to that go mode here. I will point out that this is not a mismark. Dracarys still has and it still shows Eastern Palace as a clearable location on his personal tracker. So this isn't a mismark. This is, as Chad is discussing, a hard gamble. And all right, up to 1 he goes.
Yeah, this is it. After Spike Cave, he's going to know that he has to go back to Eastern.
However, ScrubCasual is just 1 room away from his go mode. Gonna be going to Misery Mire here next.
And it's a
He's
God
gonna
Mire.
be able to God Mire, and then he's just got Ganon's Tower. Because there's Quake Medallion, 1 hour, 21 minutes, 42 seconds. ScrubCasual is in go mode.
I'll give you the Discord. Doom Killer.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and say this is the last series at the moment because this is a quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this series will go on to compete in the second semifinal against Raskolnikov, and then the winner of that will go on to the finals to face Dragon Strike 1988. There we go. And then the loser of the semifinal match will go on to face Quizbowl in the bronze stage. So we need to figure out who wins this one first. Then they'll schedule their game 2. This is also a best of 3 series, so game 3 could happen at some point too. So we're kind of on holding pattern until this series concludes. But that Discord would be the best place to go to know the information on when runs will be scheduled.
Yeah, and then you can join in the next tournament once you know Rando.
Yep. Or you
there
can just...
it is. Drax making the play.
All right. Meanwhile, ScrubCasual in Mire, heading to the right side here. Releases a B, because why not? Gonna get that God Mire information here and be making his way.
He's going to grab some potions before he goes up. So that's going to give Drac a little bit more time. But I think Drac is going to have to grab potions too, especially doing Silverless Ganon.
Yep. Yep, Scrub just beelining here. Literally, because he emptied a couple of his B bottles there.
Nailed it.
Yep.
I appreciate you.
Yep. Gonna take a fairy in one of his 3 bottles. Doomkiller, I don't even know all the bomb jumps in this game. Granted, I'm not exactly a top runner, which is the reason why I'm sitting here commentating instead of talking, instead of participating. Commentating instead of talking. That's the thing I almost just said.
Follow Koi on Twitch. He has a YouTube channel where he does a lot of tutorials and very good tutorials, as well as Kern. He's developed a lot of like the Kern jump that you saw earlier from Dracarys. Those 2 are definitely really good resources to kind of learn the bomb jumps and everything.
All right, so as pointed out by our restreamer while we were talking about bomb jumps and whatnot, Dracarys did get those flippers, is in go mode, but is going to have to do the entirety of do a go mode swamp here, whereas ScrubCasual is entering Vitreous's domain here Gonna have cape, gonna have silvers, gonna have half magic. This should be a mop-up job. Emphasis on the should. Looks like he's got it under control, though. Yep. Down goes all the mini vitreous. Vitrii. Silver arrow shot.
Vitreous.
All right. And there is that 7th crystal for ScrubCasual. Unfortunately, with the switch over, we did lose Sahabat, so we can't officially do the Gansauer Big Key guessing game for those prestigious points. But, you know, if you want to throw some guesses out in chat, I can do my best to collate them. Sure, why not? Go ham. There are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower, one of which is going to hold that big key. Number 1 from 22 in chat. Closest without going over will win a prize of dubious quality and or existence. All right, so Dracarys just speeding through here, skipping everything along the way. He is fully aware he does not really need to go off the critical path here.
Yeah, he's got to feel super behind with the location of those flippers.
Yep. Meanwhile, Scrub taking another shot at this hook shot glitch here. Doesn't get it this time either. Ugh. I haven't really timed it out, but I think it's actually faster to just go back down the stairs and run back across that room instead of dropping down. It just feels faster to me, but I could be wrong. Because I usually am. Anyway. ScrubCasual continuing the run up Dark Death Mountain here. Dracarys grabbing the final key. Gonna be heading into the Vitreous fight. Or not Vitreous, Argus, sorry. Look, they're both giant floating eyeballs surrounded by miniature puffs. Don't at me.
They're at least cousins.
All right, and ScrubCasual in Ganon's Tower. Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game ends now. Chest number 1, small key. Chest number 2, big key.
Wow.
And, I know I said without going over, but nobody guessed lower than 2, and I guessed 3, so I guess I win? Question mark.
Fixed.
Oh, did Ridley get a 1 in? You didn't get the 1 in. You terrible person, you. I'm kidding. Thanks you for all you did on the restream. Anyway, I guess I've won a lifetime supply of Link to the Past randomized seeds that I can redeem by going to ALTTPR.com. I should also note that if my standard seeds last longer than 4 hours, I really should go back to the wiki pages I've been reading constantly lately. Void for prohibited, no purchase necessary, emulator not included. Anyway.
That's not all. Wes, you've also won a lifetime supply of cross key seeds to be redeemed immediately so that I can kick your butt in them.
Wow. That escalated quickly. Oh, let's not start the Ganon Falls time measurement. I'd rather measure in beats or whatever that Swiss music thing is. A Giant Bomb jokes about it all the time.
Cross keys is the only acceptable mode of A Link to the Past. No, it's super, super fun. It's all the entrances are cross between worlds, so you could go into Kakariko and run into Hera. It's just super fun.
Yeah. So yeah, and then on top of that, it's Key Sanity. So yeah. My PB in cross keys right now is like 4 hours and 45 minutes. So Rip.
Oh, I definitely challenge you to a duel then.
Jinxie's just like, yeah, I can complete 2 seeds in that time. Rip.
Well, the group that I play with is constantly spanking me. Like it's not even close. So I definitely would like a little. Oh no, Drac, no.
Oh, he's going full left, or
He's
at
going to
the
Dark
very least,
Magician.
Dark Magician, and that's going to cost him even more time. And our Restreamer points out a very interesting fact. If Scrub holds on in this game 1, this is going to be Dracarys' first defeat in singles action in the entire Challenge Cup.
That's crazy.
Because the only thing he technically lost was the bye race, which was won by Dragon Strike, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's called Enomizer. Doom Killer, you can also have those settings as well.
Yeah.
Enomizer is super fun. Cross Key Enomizer is even more fun.
All right. ScrubCasual, while this conversation about cross keys has been happening, ScrubCasual is pretty much through the gauntlet, opening up to the penultimate room before Moldorm 2 here. Gets the magic refill, accidentally hits the pot. Doesn't take any damage for it, though. All right. And there is the kill on Moldorm 2. That was, whoo boy, that was a game of chicken with Moldorm 2 that luckily ended in ScrubCasual's favor. He's heading to the Geometry Wars. Dracarys, meanwhile, has found that big key after doing the Dark Magician strat, is making his way up through the Cannonball run. But, ooh, this is, the gap is very, very quickly becoming too much for Dracarys to recover. I mean, am I wrong? That's a triple for ScrubCasual.
Nice. Scrub's execution has been really good this season.
Oh, that could have...
Every time I say something.
That could have been a double triple there, but he was just ever so slightly out of position. 3-0-1 and 2 for Scrub there. Aga 2 is down.
Drac heading on to the Lammolas 2 fight.
All right. So I don't quite know what all Scrub has in his bottles. I see a blank bottle. I know he has at least one fairy. So we'll see what happens here with this Ganon fight.
Oh, yeah, he didn't go to the potion shop, did he?
Yeah. So he's going to have to avoid both Fire Bats and Ganon Hugs here. Also going to have to watch that magic usage because I don't believe he has any sort of magic refill either.
I mean, of course, you don't get to this portion of the tournament without being able to take care of Ganon.
All right. Already on to phase 3. Pretty decent amount of magic left considering he does have that lamp. Can hopefully execute Torch Glitch and has silvers. Halfway through phase 3.
Although without silvers, with silvers, setting up a triple, not using the Torch Glitch is pretty easy too. I think he'll be fine.
All right, and there is that 4th hit. Didn't quite get it in time. Is going to have to avoid the fire here. Oh no, silver. Ganon's one true weakness. There's the Torch Glitch. Ganon got a little bit close for comfort there. Get out of my personal space, buddy. There is one silver arrow hit. 4 hits will take down this last phase of Ganon here. Torch, please. I think I would also just be, using
nice double.
oh god.
Oh my.
Oh boy, he almost paid for that double very dearly. Oh. Nevertheless, after giving the commentators a heart attack, ScrubCasual fourth arrow into Ganon. That is an exploding big pig. And provided he avoids the most dangerous 1x3 bridge in all of Hyrule, ScrubCasual is about to hand Dracarys his first loss in this Challenge Cup. There it is! Finishing in first place, official SRL time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 45 seconds is ScrubCasual.
Can we just take a second and talk about Drax's gauntlet to catch up to Scrub?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Dracarys is currently finishing up Aghanim 2 right now. And if you had told me that was going to be the gap when Dracarys entered... Yep. Hi, Scrub. How you doing?
Hi.
GG.
And I'm assuming that is Dracarys was the second beep there. I don't have my Discord up at the moment. There we go. Yep. Hi, both of you. GG's.
GG's. Yeah.
So what we were discussing before you guys popped in there was Dracarys just tearing through the gauntlet to make it as close as it was at the end here. Just amazing gauntlets by both of you, honestly, but Dracarys especially to get even back this close. So good execution to both of you. But the number one thing I gotta lead off with here is Dracarys. What happened with that Eastern Palace big key chest?
Well, I went to Eastern pretty late, and when I went to Eastern, when I was facing the question, do I want to skip Eastern Palace big key chest or not, I was down to Ether Tablet, King Zora, and Armos Knights in Logic. The Eastern Palace big key chest wasn't even a Logic at that point, and I was looking for the Pearl so bad at that point because it was already in my third Light World dungeon. I cleared the entire overworld basically, and I just wanted that Pearl, and I was like, yeah, the Pearl can't even be in that chest, so let's just skip that chest. And it backfired.
That was rather unfortunate. And then I'm assuming that leaving it for basically last as you did last locationing it was just essentially you just committing to if it's here I'm screwed. So I'm assuming was the call there.
Yeah, basically. When I could have checked it after doing pod, but I was like, yeah, if it's there, I've lost anyways, so why bother checking?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was still a pretty close race, regardless of that though, because of that Quake Medallion in Turtle Rock. That was very nearly ScrubCasual's last location there, for that particular item. But yeah, you guys both just knocked it out of the park execution wise, and just the unfortunate difference maker was unfortunately those flippers.
Mm-hmm. I'm honestly so mad at myself for not going to Turtle Rock when I first opened it. But I'm even more mad at myself for going up to Dark Death Mountain before going Swamp, because that's what stopped me from going to Turtle Rock.
Oof. All right. So, as chat pointed out, another thing was, how about that hype cave?
Yo, it was hype.
It felt pretty bad for me.
True. This is a fair point, yeah.
I started Outcast. I never started Outcast, but this is the one time I started Outcast. Hype Cave just has the mitts and the boots.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I always start Hype Cave, and it's just like, it never pays out, and this is the one time where it did. It's just like, what is this game?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were sitting here when the seed first started with how stacked Kakariko was.
Oh my god, yes.
Like we were just sitting here like, oh my goodness, we're gonna be done and out of here in like an hour and 20 minutes if the seed keeps this up. So, good gracious. But yeah, honestly, there wasn't really, there's not really much of in the way of like slip ups to talk about. You guys both ran amazingly, or it was just a very close race, even though the routes were very divergent for most of the run, because of those flippers. But yeah, just wow.
Well, so I was going to say, like, as you were saying, how Kakariko was just filled. Like, early game was super filled, and then after Kakariko, I mean, aside from flippers, there was nothing else in Light World, basically. So we still ended up having to do a ton of overworld checks and everything until we got Moon Pearl on a orphaned location that none of us wanted to go to, basically.
Yeah, the scene would have played out so differently if I just bomb jump Paradox game and went back up. I would have gotten my Moon Pearl, I wouldn't have gone to Eastern, I probably would have skipped that until I went to Pod after Pyramid Fairy. And then I probably wouldn't even have skipped Eastern Palace Big Key Chest. But yeah, that's just hindsight, you know?
That's randomizer, yeah.
By the way, I usually do this. I forgot to. Dracarys finished in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour 39 minutes and 7 seconds. So GG's. I looked up and realized you were halfway through the credits, and I was like, "Oh, I was paying attention."
Oh, for anyone that I guess is watching, we're going to be doing our next race Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, and I think we're doing map compass shuffle.
Yep.
So that'll be fun.
All right. So that will most likely make it onto one of the ZSR family of channels here. That is yet to be determined, and I will probably be you said 6 Eastern,
9 p.m.
9 Eastern, so that'd be 6 my time. I will probably be able to make that in some capacity, so that'll be something to look forward to for me personally. Honestly, even if I'm not on the team for that, I'll probably try and make time to get here because that was a game 1, fellas. Pretty an amazing result. Pretty interesting game, and game 2 set up to be just as much of a barn burner with that map compass shuffle. One of my favorite modes in this Challenge Cup, actually. Honestly,
same.
So on anything else to add, or any other questions from Jinxie or from you two to each other?
No.
Do you know when your race 2 will be?
You missed it, Jinxie.
Sorry, my computer's acting up.
No,
okay.
you're good.
It is going to be Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And it will be Map Compass Shuffle for those of you who didn't quite get the memo, which because computers, fun times, technology. And on that note, we'll just go ahead and segue into the traditional thanking the crew bit here. You've been watching this race on the Zelda Speedrun series of channels. Ridley Dragon was our restream producer for this, and he did an admirable job getting things switched over because of the technical difficulties we were having on CSR2. Norinato did an amazing job on tracking, and I suppose me and Jinxie didn't do too bad on comms. Considering everything else. Yep. So, with all of that being said, do not forget that currently ongoing is the 3D Zelda 100% relay on ZSR1. They are currently in the middle of the second half of Breath of the Wild. So go check that out if that sounds interesting to you. And keep an eye on the Zelda Speedruns series of channels, Zelda Speedruns, Zelda Speedruns 2, and Zelda Speedruns _3 for further races across all of the Legend of Zelda series. Game 2 of this, Monday night, 9 o'clock. Map Compass Shuffle, probably going to be on one of the ZSR channels, but too early to tell. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, and until next time, have fun playing Rando. Good night, everybody.
Good night.